Skunkers, Wagwan, and I know the vibe. You know, ever so often, we catch up with some of our friends, especially in the motorsports world. It's always evolving, it's ever changing. I mean, new cars, new projects, always happening, especially in the racing scene. This man himself, you're gonna know him. He has actually one of the fastest cars on the island, but he also has a lot of toys. So I pulled up to his shop today to just see what I'm up to, cause trust me, I'm a machine. I'm gonna take on 2024 with a different vibe. Not ready to show you that yet. Let's just get into introducing him. Let's go. Man himself, Dean, what going on, man?
Right, big up yourself.
Yeah, man, big up, big up, big up. Always good to catch up with you. You don't know, from the Skunk Lifestyle team. What's going on for 2024? You know, you always have some amazing projects.
Yeah, well, Skunkers for 2024, we have 2 drag cars coming out and a drag bike. We
Nice.
have a ZX14 stretch turbocharged, 500 horsepower is what we're shooting for. It's built already, you'll see it shortly. It's almost 95% finished. We have a dragster that Nick just talked about.
Yeah.
That's coming out as well for the first race meet, as well as a Camaro from before.
The bad boy Camaro, the white one.
We're on an 8.0, and then we have some issues as far as traction. So we are working on a traction control device that should get us into the 7s.
Yeah.
That's where we're hunting. We're hunting 7s this year, or 2024.
Yeah, I mean, with how the time is moving, we have a lot of cars going 8s now.
Yeah.
You know, 7s is gonna be the new norm. Well,
Se-
should be the
se-
new
7s
norm.
are there, all right.
Yeah.
We're right on the cutting edge of 7s. The Civics, most of these 4-wheel drive Civics now are in the 8s. I mean, it's crazy. So, yeah, we have to be on top of our game with our big juice.
Yeah. You're not gonna make the muscles just
No.
not hold up to that, right?
Yeah, man, we're gonna have some fun this year. 2024 is our year.
Yeah, so, you know, toys like you have in your shop now today. This is what we're looking at, cause you showed me it earlier. It's a very unique car. What is it?
All right, so this car was built by a Canadian builder that tried to start a series a few years back, like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's called a Fusion.
Okay.
And we brought it in, and we bought it on an auction site. And I've always loved this car, but it eluded me. It was too expensive when I was looking at them, and I got one damaged.
Yeah.
And mechanically damaged, not physically the body or the chassis. It's just the engine.
Okay.
And we went through it,
Yeah.
and we stripped it down, sandblasted it, went right through the whole car. We're building it back up now. I'm gonna say it's more like a Daytona prototype.
Yeah.
That look with the gull wing doors, so it's gonna be really cool. A K24, it should be pumping out about 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
But it'll run like in the Thundersport 1 class at Dover. That's where we're hunting for this year as well.
Okay,
for
so this would be one of your circuit projects.
Yes,
then?
this is my car for 2024. Yeah.
Okay. So you plan to take on Dover as well? For this year?
Definitely. We have, I believe, 3 or 4 race meets, drags and circuit. It's not a lot by standards, but it's enough for one person to kind of
Yeah, that's
run
a
the
lot,
series.
that's a
Yeah.
lot.
But it should be good meets, strong meets, and we have a bunch of new cars coming back to the track for 2024, and we plan to be in the mix with them.
Nice. Skunker seat here. Take a look on it, man. But you know, look on the setup. I'm gonna tell you one thing with Dean. Well, not one thing, but what I notice about Dean, he always does amazing fabrication work. Like you look on it and everything is like tip top, and even just the little ways that, you know, the cutouts. You install these or?
Yeah,
Oh, you got it like that?
yeah. So we bought the ends. A friend of mine, Dieter Wilson from Designorama, he manufactured the plates
Yeah.
on a CNC
Because these
machine.
little things make a difference.
Yeah,
you know?
different. And if you notice the type of rivets that we use,
Yeah.
blind rivets that, buy the tools just to do the work. Again, labor of love, but you have to like what you do. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man. So we're looking forward to seeing this car at Dover for 2024. I mean, circuit peeps. I know you're looking at this one now and saying, "Rotted, what kind of machine is?" However,
It's going to sit into the ground.
it's like a go-kart on wheels.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you that. And I mean, with 300 horsepower in this thing, it should be definitely something to contend with. And you said you'd be driving it though?
Yeah, this is my car.
Okay, man. So take me around to the other ones now. Let's see
Sure.
what's going on. So we saw this Atom, I think the last time, right?
Yeah. So Skunkers, this is how this work out. We had a motor in it with just some dropping cams, basic stuff. We freshened it up. Got it from your brother actually. So
What are we looking at?
this is a RL Atom,
Yeah.
and it was brought in that way. And it was I'm gonna say it was neglected.
Yeah.
When it was brought in. So what I did
Yeah.
is, along with some other people, we stripped down the car, we sandblasted the chassis, we did everything, new brakes, hand joints, rose joint, everything on this car went through a major transformation. We freshened up the motor and we took it to Vernon Field.
Yeah.
I think we abused it for what it really was capable of doing. So what we did is we came back and decided that the 12-second time slip wasn't good enough. So
Okay. You never want to feel it.
no, not for a car like this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a head turner.
Yeah.
And this is my version of a supercar without the supercar money.
Right.
So what we did is gave the engine to Xavier Murray,
Yeah.
my development, and he's gone through now and done a complete build-up from piston, rods, cam, you name it. This thing is coming out. We're looking to hit probably about 500 horsepower on this one here. This is what we're shooting for. Right?
Yeah. It's
So,
a
yeah.
proper machine, and I know when Xavier finish with it, it's gonna be a wicked motor.
Yeah. So Xavier's, we're picking up the engine actually tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at maybe just before we're in the Christmas week now, but the first week in January, this will be done.
What's the feedback like when you drive out something like this?
Crazy. Again, it's a type of car that it will put what's the right word? It put fear inside there, because this thing is just ridiculously fast the way it was.
Yeah.
Now it's even gonna be crazier, and it's like a go-kart. It sits on the ground and it's street legal. So this thing is in traffic, bobbing and weaving, but it's intense.
You
It's
see, that's why
intense.
I always come get that vlog on you know. From I know this man Skunkers, this man always have some unique machines, you know. What is it about these kind of, builds or these kind of cars that just
All right.
drive that passion in
So
you?
in a nutshell, I don't follow.
Yeah.
So one guy will do like a Civic, and then 50 guys do a Civic. They're
Yeah.
great cars, but they don't have its own identity.
Right.
Every car, even the motorcycles that I've been restoring, there's no more of these like here. There's none of these available in Jamaica. There's no other Atom in the island.
Yeah.
There's no other Fusion in the island. There's no other drag Camaro in the island.
Yeah.
So it's just to create your own identity, and it works. It works for me. Some people don't mind following, but
Yeah.
I don't follow. We kind of trend it, That's what we want to do.
Well, touching on that topic, I asked you earlier, where the passion start from? Because from I know you till now, people, you're getting older, you're expecting to slow down, you're not slowing down. It's like you're just getting more into it.
Because I see the passion, and where I do enjoy it, and I've said this in other blogs that I've been a part of,
Yeah.
is that I enjoy watching people enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
And I like putting people in, carrying them for drives, putting the kids in it, freaking them out in with the dragster, because the dragster runs methanol, so when I start it, the intake freezes.
Yeah.
And nobody can understand that, and I just blow people away by doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit different, but where it started with me is back in the 80s, that's way back.
Yeah.
Motorcycles was where we started,
Oh, so you're originally a biker?
Yeah. And I have several, as I can say, like that we've just been through. And most of these projects, by the way, have been COVID projects.
Okay.
So a lot of them, aside from the Camaro, all stem from COVID. You're locked down, you can't do much. And I just started to just look for stuff to work on. And that's why we're here.
Boy, man, I tell you, Dean, I can't say this, bro. I can't stop emphasize on, yes, having projects is one thing, but you have complete projects. And that's what I respect about it.
I'm going to say 90, most of them are 95. We're on the tail end.
Yeah,
but
you know what I mean?
right.
Because projects are
Right.
projects,
Yes. But you need to start. So
Yeah.
when people collect cars or buy older cars and park them around the back and give you the one-day argument they're going to work on it, start.
Not like
If-
me and the pineapple.
Well, no, but honestly, when you have your goal and you're going to approach it little by little, you don't
Yeah.
have to do everything one time, but start. Just start on it, whether it's just the body work or the paint work, what stage you're at. Just get to top point and have a bucket list
Yeah.
on how you're going to go forward and finish the car.
And
That is the only
some
way
of
to-
these aren't built overnight either.
Oh, none. These are all months and months, and as I said, a lot of downtime. I mean, I do other work for a living, but
Yeah.
it's just like when I do have downtime, I prefer to This is my vice.
Yeah, this is this is your vice. This is your vice.
Yeah.
Some people love go rumbar. This is your vice.
Yeah. This is my thing. But let me show you another tie that we're working on right
Yeah,
now.
let's go.
Excuse the mess.
No man, that's fine. This is a project.
Yeah, this is some crazy stuff on there.
So what we're looking at here now.
So this is a Kawasaki ZX14.
What?
And this was originally a road bike.
Yeah.
And we decided that because it's not legal for road use because of the size of the motorcycle, we decided to just bring in parts and make this thing into a drag bike.
Right.
So it was attained very cheaply in parts
Yeah.
and put together, and then the money started to be spent on it because
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
fast
as
enough.
usual, yeah, as
it had to be
usual.
faster. It had to be
You
faster.
don't want a GTR pull up on you, right?
No, not with this. So we're looking at this. This is running a GT 35 turbo on this. This is fully built motor, a motorcycle engine sequential, and the gearbox is sequential. It is flat shift. It's all shifted up and down on a button. Flat shifting. You see the solenoids at the back that runs it.
So it have an air shift on it?
Yeah, and we have a built-in compressor to keep the bottle charged.
Mad.
This, we're estimated to probably be about 500 horsepower. We're trying to hit that mark.
So we're looking at maybe what, 9 seconds?
We're looking, we're eights. Yeah, man, if it's doing 9s.
Yeah, because 9s is pretty much close to.
This thing only weighs 500 pounds. So if you
who
think
can buy
about
that
it,
something like this though?
remember the name Nano Head.
Yeah, car.
You remember
Chris
the
Car.
name? Yes. He's the guy that you're gonna see strapped onto. You might have to tie strap him down, but.
And I'm sure Nano Head pressure every day for Sadine when we are done the bike, when we are done
up to this week.
Yeah.
Up to this week, yeah. So, yeah, we're getting it done. I mean, you can see the big snail underneath it. Come on this side here. Right. The exhaust was fabricated by Ken Fab.
You see the turbo peeps?
Yeah.
Don't run up, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to drive it.
Huh?
I don't want to drive it.
No, I don't.
I will maybe just put it go down, but this thing here is just like a handful. My Camaro and this is in a similar thing, but this is not forgiving.
Yeah.
This thing, if it decides to go up and over, it's going up and over.
Speaking of the Camaro, you know, we're talking about that earlier. Seeing that it's not here. You know, I realize you have it tucked away at home.
It's under
under those
tucked
sheets.
to bed.
Right.
See it up there on the wall there too.
See the peeps. So if you don't remember the Camaro, this is the bad Camaro. Trust me. This one is when it's take off, you know, so the two front wheel them up in the sky.
Yeah.
By the way, when the two front wheel them, like, you know, give the subscribers, even myself. I mean, I've been in a lot of machines. What is it like going down the track in a machine like that?
All right. I'm gonna tell everybody, speed is relative. So when you're doing top end speed, you could be doing 200, 150. You really don't really feel it. What you feel is acceleration of the car getting to that point. But the speed is all, you're not feeling it. So that car, where it comes alive is the launch, because you have to, and as I was telling you earlier, you have to brace yourself back into the seat, because thinking you can have your head forward slightly and it moves, it does like a 1-1 high 60 foot.
Yep.
I mean, this thing will break your neck.
Snapping. Yeah,
It's snapping neck so far back and you'll have whiplash.
Yeah.
So maybe not breaking neck, but you will get
But
whiplash.
you have on your gears when you drive.
You have to have on like your hands device and everything else, because it's so aggressive on the launch.
Yeah.
Your body's not going to respond well to it. So that is the hardest part, but it's also the most fun part, because when it hits and it moves and you realize how far out ahead of everybody else you are when you jump the light, it's like crazy. That's the fun to me.
Yeah.
And again, speed is relative. It's anticlimactic when you're going down.
No,
it's the launch.
And I'll tell people, the faster you go is the slower it's going to start feeling.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like you get used to it after a while.
Yeah, the fun part is the first 2 seconds of the race. To me, is the fun part, because it's crazy. I'm where I have fun is watching people burn down. For skunkers that don't know how it works out is when you go in and basically you let them go in ahead of you and you let them go on their trans brake, 2-step, whatever, and then they're going and burning, and you go in and when you stage, and when I light my 8 cylinders and they hear it, they can't even remember what they're doing. It's so loud.
This is a bluffing device.
Oh yeah. So that's strategy. So people that think drag racing is no skill.
Yeah, it's all strategy.
All strategy.
Yeah.
So you do it. Watch
We don't
the Tesla.
we don't forget about your strategy. We want you to have your competitive.
And this is for the Mustang, by the way. So I let them know my strategy, because they can't do nothing to catch that strategy. So it's okay.
What's the fastest time for the Mustang?
8-7, I'm told. And,
Eight-
you know,
8-7.
listen. I was there, and that weekend, I don't want to take anybody's steam from them, but everybody was fast that weekend.
Yeah.
So to me, it was kind of, anyways, you know, all the power to them. They did well. I want to race them.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when anybody wants a race, come.
Well,
Yeah.
peeps,
2024.
because this is
Yeah.
2024. I mean, Dean is. I mean, when I link you up earlier, you said to me, "Said this year is a year for numbers for me. This
Yeah,
is the year
numbers.
I want to
Yeah,
really
yeah.
just push it. You give yourself maybe an next 5 to 10 more years in
In the
racing.
game, right? And then,
game.
you know, hopefully,
You start
know,
handing over
I
your
can
knowledge
find
to
somebody
people.
that is capable and willing to
Yeah.
do what I do, and I'm glad to work with whoever. Somebody was even buying to the project, whatever.
Yeah.
I will always be a part of it. Till the day I stop, I'm going to be working with whatever.
No, yeah, trust me.
Yeah, I love it.
People like you definitely motivate younger people like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just even just the way you craft, the way you hone yourself, the way you put things together, it's very inspirational. Because even me, if I was supposed to do a project right now, the first thing I'm gonna say, okay, how would Dean do it? Because really and truly, I admire the way you really put together
Appreciate
your work.
that. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. But I tell everybody out there, try and be an individual.
Yeah.
Don't copy.
Right.
I mean, you can get your knowledge by learning from other people, but don't copy.
Yeah.
You can. The whole sport keeps evolving. What I thought I knew 10 years ago, it's a different game now. Progressive boost controllers now are making these four bangers run eights, and we were away at an event recently in Maryland, and 15 cars made the 5-second grid.
15 cars.
15 cars, never done in history before at any racetrack in the world.
Yeah.
This track had 15 cars, and they were rotaries, 4 cylinders, and 2Js.
Right.
That's it in a nutshell. The big 8 cylinders couldn't hit it.
So basically, what you're saying is just always try to evolve.
Evolve, learn, and then start. As my friend had told me one time, when you're building a house, just put on the first block. It
True.
must finish.
True.
Just start, buy the chassis, put
True.
on. Must finish eventually. And don't watch the time and how many projects somebody has, like what I'm doing. Just start with one, and it will eventually be finished.
When you're building the Camaro, what was your ultimate goal in terms of for that car?
All right, so that Camaro started off as a road car.
Yeah.
It was a road car. Well, not that one. I had a Camaro, a white Camaro that was on the road, and I got to a point, I got to 9 seconds and couldn't get out of that 9 seconds. That was it. I was stuck as a road car
Yeah.
because of the wheel, the width and all that. It just wasn't, couldn't go any faster.
Right.
Not with me anyway. So what we decided to do is get a chassis. So bought that car, and the next progression was find a chassis somewhere.
Right.
I got one reasonable in the States, brought it in, you can do these things.
Yeah.
And then had it parked there for a while, and the plan was now, what do we do next? The next thing would be an engine,
Yeah.
transmission, fuel system, electrics, and you just start going. And it took, I'm going to say 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
5
I've had the
years.
car almost 20 years now.
So it would have seemed like you just did it overnight.
Yeah, yeah,
However,
there's nowhere
it's
near
a
that,
project,
yeah.
so it takes
Labor
time.
of love.
Yeah.
And don't, and this is appealing to everybody, do not use your road car as a race car if you can avoid it.
Listen,
Try and be a bespoke car. One, you're going to be without a car when it breaks.
Yes.
Right? Which happens to everybody.
And I'm sure a lot of skunkers can attest to this.
It
That's
does
what
happen to
it
me
is
too,
now.
right? So I'm just telling you, just put down your little thing and go on one Coca-Cola basket,
True,
right?
true,
So
true.
that's how you do it.
This next car that we're talking about, you know, I have a lot of Caribbean subscribers. You are actually letting me know that this car that you're going to show us could possibly be up for sale, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe the
yeah.
Guyanese might actually.
Yep. The market is huge in Guyana, where the racing has turned up.
Yeah.
Cayman too, but Cayman is more drags than circuit.
Yeah.
I'd like to take it down to Guyana. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for this year. This car was actually pioneered by Alfred Chen, the owner of Dover Raceway here.
Right.
It has actually held a lap record for many years. David Somerville held it for many, many years. It was sold again years after Alfred passed. Traded hands a couple times, but never did anything. It was never in a wreck or anything like that. And eventually it came to me. It fell into my hands. Somebody had bought it and had it stored. And we went right through it. So my whole thing was building a circuit car that was going to be TS1 is a class I like. So
Yeah.
you have the big juice, like which is the full out hardcore radicals and what are the other big cars out there in the circuit?
Well,
the Dogor,
yeah.
all right. And this one is a class below it. So this one is a 2 liter, It is naturally aspirated. We run just under 300 horsepower on a K20, but it's a built motor, and we have it's a 5-speed regular dog box.
Yeah.
With all the bells and whistles. It's Motec ignition. You'll see the car.
Turnkey? Let's go.
Let's go have a peek at it.
This is the machine, Skunkers, aka the Magnum.
Yeah.
So this is what we're looking at right now.
So this car has never been raced since it's been rebuilt.
Yeah.
And it's a totally rebuilt from chassis right up. All Heim joints, brakes, everything is new.
It's also iconic too.
This had track record in Jamaica for many, many years. I mean, David Somerville, they're in the 121 for Dover. I don't know how that would equate to another track.
Yeah.
But this car is fast. This car is very fast, very light. It weighs like 1,300 pounds.
And I mean, from what I can look on and see from it so far, it's
Dry-
pretty much
full dry sump, 2 liter.
It has no decals on it, so it'd be perfect for even a race team to acquire that.
I'll give you a peek inside of here. I think I can put it here. It's going to go to the other eye, I think. Hold on, let me. Right. So this gives you an idea of the suspension, the front radiator. Everything is brand new radiator, new lines, new heims. Everything is new.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to go, ready to go.
And the price is affordable to what you're going to get
Yeah.
in this caliber for sure. Give you an idea of how it is inside here. It's a little dusty because it's just
Yeah.
of construction happening around. It's a full Motec, single seat.
Also running a Motec
Yeah.
management there.
And we have electric fuel pumps, electric water pump. And everything is new. It's carbon fiber backing plate and the gauges. Come around the back and you'll see. I don't believe in fake carbon fiber really, so when you see carbon fiber on my car, it's real all the way through.
Okay.
Alright, so that's a K20, it's a dry sump system.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the canister above that is all carbon fiber collectors, basically feeding. It has all the
really
good
nice,
bells and
so-
whistles on it.
Yeah, man. Fabrication on
Yeah.
this car. So you pretty much went through this car.
Everything myself, yeah, everything was done. We did the rear diffuser. That was the last thing that we did on the car. And the reason why this car is really for sale, I'll be honest with you, is because we got the other one.
Yeah.
And the other one is something that I've been searching for 20 years, and I just couldn't get it.
Yeah,
I got it, so this kind of, I don't want to say I put this one down, but it's finished. I haven't raced it. The other one is basically going to be ready again for January, February. So actually, I'd love to come to Ghana this year to bring this one, possibly try to sell it as well as maybe bring the other one. And let's have the 2 cars down there and play with it. But we'll see how the year works out for us, you know. But this is something else. I'm dying to see somebody in and I'm not probably the driver for it. I mean, you need to have somebody like a Senna Somerville or a Tommy Gore, a very nimble young guy to get into this. This is brutal.
I mean, if you put on a Nick Taz in 90 would have bad with it
There you
too.
go.
Trust me, I tell you that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, these younger drivers nowadays
Yeah,
are
man,
way
yeah, man.
more aggressive, way more controlled.
And that's it. You know, I love my cars, so I'm not gonna put it on the edge just because I don't want to.
We're not gonna take it away from the younger drivers because I'm all about promoting younger
Yeah,
drivers.
definitely.
However, you never have the simulations growing up.
No.
They have the simulator at home right now
yes.
practicing, and
That's
it does
why.
make
That's
a
why
world
the
of a
times that
difference.
they're doing in the Radicals. I think your brother was one of the pioneers with the simulators for the truck.
Yeah.
And these guys came back out, first time out. Never been in a
Crazy,
car and
yeah.
are breaking track records the first time out.
Yeah.
Who does that? You know?
So, speaking of simulator, maybe for those that can't generally afford to race just yet, they
Yeah.
can actually start off with the
It's an
simulators.
excellent idea, and it's so true to life because simulators will give you all of the foot control, hand controls that you need to go into a race car and understand. It's just that you don't have the feel of the weight of the car,
Yeah.
but it's an excellent tool and it's proven over and over with these young drivers right now.
True.
I can't catch them. I've never been in a simulator.
No,
but I
no, I
can't
mean,
catch them.
even right, you put me in a car like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like Nick Taz,
Yeah.
him born in a car.
Right.
You understand?
Well, you know,
It's
not
different.
everybody's a Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
right? So it's just what it is. But if you have a good machine, and even if you're a mediocre driver, you'll do damage to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Skunkers. I don't know if a lot of you will remember the history of this car. However, Dean will tell us about this, but this is what you call a rail. And
Yeah. All right, so this car was brought into Jamaica in the early 2000s, and it was brought in as an answer to Bryn Morgan's rail.
Yeah.
And when it first came here, I started driving it, and then the owner for the car, he brought in a Camaro as well, and he formed his own little racing team. Long story short, I was doing my race car at the same time, so I left this and went away. It eventually just sat down for years. It was always an 8-second dragster. From the first day we got it, I don't care who you put it was doing 8-1, all day long. And if you're slower, but it was an 8-1 car. So in the States, you refer to this as a bracket car.
Okay.
So I took the car from him. I purchased it from Mr. Kidd, and I totally tore it down. The trailer, everything went straight to metal, carried it out and had it sandblasted, primed and painted, and we started putting it together. The engine that was in the car at the time was damaged.
Okay.
So it wasn't, and it wasn't fast enough.
Okay.
Sounds weird, but it wasn't fast enough. So we've now gone a step further and further and further. I've gone more safety devices on the car as well, including air-assisted parachute.
Right.
So
Yeah, you were showing me that earlier.
yeah, how it works is that I have 2 buttons on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
There's a green and a red.
Right.
And so basically green is go.
Yeah.
That's attached to the trans brake.
Right.
So how it works is that when you put it into first gear,
Yeah.
and you go up to the staging line and you turn on the light bulbs, you hold this down and you go straight to the floor with the gas pedal.
Wow.
It'll go to whatever prescribed RPM that you've set it at, so maybe 4,000 RPM.
Yeah.
It won't go above it until you release the button, and it's on.
So this is your
That's your
hold
launch
me until
control.
I'm ready.
That's everything.
Yeah, hold
when you
me
release
till
that
I-
button,
yeah.
it's the oh shit button. That's what that is.
Yes, get prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the red one is actually a parachute. So most cars you won't see with this.
Yeah.
You will see either a lever,
Yeah.
but not pneumatic. So we have that lever as well.
So this is air released, right?
That is air release.
Right.
So we have that manual cable, as most people will know, for
Yeah.
a parachute release.
Right.
But we have air attached to it. These solenoids is going to send air through it. So these wires are wired to the button. So it actually will just slam it forward and release the parachute. So you don't take your hand off of the steering because the steering is very small.
Yeah.
And you're going so fast and the vibration is intense. So you just basically keep your hands there. We also have straps that keep your hands strapped into the car. In case of a mishap and your hands decide to flail out, it keeps it into the car so you're protected.
Nice.
So all of these safety measures were put into place. That I put them in because safety is number one.
Yeah.
New brakes, new computer. That's a computer system I tell you that we're working now called Power Grid.
This
it's
one?
the same system, right? It's a grid with a piggyback on it.
Okay.
So this is what I run in the Camaro as well.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's not like some of the new fuel techs and all of that.
Yeah.
With a digital dashboard, it's very analog, but you can still map what you're doing on this quite easy. It's enough to do what we do. We don't
Yeah.
need more and exotic.
How much something like this weigh?
This, I'm gonna say, weighs maybe about, with the engine, maybe 1,100 pounds.
Wow.
1,100, yeah. The engine is the heaviest part, which is about, I'm gonna say 600 pounds, 600
I
pounds.
see the 2 nitrous bottles here.
Yeah, we're just wearing it in now. So this engine now has gone up. So it had a 454 before.
Okay.
This is now a 555 cubic inch.
Okay.
So we also file the rings to take the nitrous that we want.
So
we
explain
have
to us how much pistons. How much?
8 pistons. 8 pistons. It's aluminum heads. It is, you know, there's always better in the world. It depends on where your dollar can reach.
Yeah, because
This
most of
is-
the times.
Right. So this engine, people might remember, some of you, that a truck that used to race at Vernon Field was the one I built, which was a Chevy pickup.
Okay.
We had this motor in it, and it got hurt.
Okay.
So we decided to go full tilt and build it over stronger. But the truck was subsequently sold, but we kept the engine.
Okay.
And we went right through it. So we have even something simple like the alternator. If you notice how the bracketry is, so
Yeah.
it can fit in the chassis.
Yeah.
It was a custom built setup.
Nice. The billet setup.
Yep. And then we have going all the way back. It's a Power Glide transmission, new radiator with fan and oil coolers.
New radiator,
Yeah.
fan.
Parachute back here, but the parachute's inside because there's
Yeah.
no need for it yet. Brakes, brand new, calipers, rotors. The lines are all stainless steel.
You know what's my favorite part of it though?
What?
The
Oh,
exhaust.
the Borla. Oh, yeah. Look pretty. I haven't heard of.
Yeah, it looks
I've
like a
heard,
rocket.
I've heard so many stories about this. This was actually purchased in an auction.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I purchased it 2 years ago. Before we even started working on the car, before I even had the car at my house.
I think
When I was negotiating, I saw them on an auction.
When you walk up, say I'm walking up, and you look on it, it's the first thing that catch my eye.
Yeah.
This, it just have the rocket effect to it.
So even like the wings, the side plates on the wings.
Yeah.
That was such a head game for me when I got it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the big old doofy looking ones that were on it.
Yeah.
So I sat down with a friend of mine from Designorama. We're sitting down there, we're trying to design.
Same detail.
Yeah, Dita. And
Yeah.
we're trying to design how we're going to do this thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And, you know, it's things like that when I get it put together. Fuel tank was one of the few things that I saved, but I replaced the whole top. We've now gone from a in tank to external.
So you're running an external fuel pump then?
Oh yeah, two. So we have this one here is
Well, yeah,
actually for
so,
nitrous. This one is a nitrous pump, and on the other side is for the engine.
Okay, nice.
So we have 2 stages of nitrous on this. We have a fogger system, which basically goes in through all these jets in the manifold. We have 8 jets per side. So four fuel on each side, 4 nitrous on each side.
How much that we're looking at?
All right. So the fogger system, which is this one here.
Yeah.
per-
Explain what
on
the
each
fogger
side.
system does.
Okay, what it does, it basically, as it says, it fogs the cylinder. It just blows a mist.
Okay.
Don't you? So this one, we have a jet to 300 horsepower worth of nitrous
Okay.
on the fogger.
Yeah.
But then we also have the plate system, which is this one here and this at the back. That goes through a plate. It's kind of hard to
This
see.
is a plate system.
Right, there's a plate system and there's a line that goes into the side.
Yeah.
See them here? This? It goes into the side of the carburetor. You see it down there?
Yeah.
So that one there is 75 shot. So what we use that as a mid-track
Yeah.
just to get us out. We
Yeah.
don't need anything on the launch without
Yeah.
that out. But that gives us mid-track just to get out, and then we put the fogger on the top end.
Right.
So when the momentum has basically wound itself out, we hit it with more to give us more,
Mad.
hopefully without breaking the tires.
But everything will be done through the computer though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can actually stage it. So if you see like on this gauge here, we're not finished wiring it in, but there's a full. All right. So this is all new electronics.
Right.
So this is the dashboard, all the main things to turn on everything.
Right.
But this is the nitrous controller.
Okay.
So this will allow us to turn on the fuel pump for the nitrous, purge it, when you see the spring in the air, and then the system on, off.
Nice. Yeah, Dean.
So
I
this
can
one,
be done on that one.
Yeah, this one is gonna be fun. This is the new Typho, and you guys on this blog here, nobody's seen this before. Nobody. It was always on the cover hidden. Only funny.
Skunkers, leave in the comment section below. Say big up Dean, because I mean, him showed me up. I actually saw you over by Dwight.
Yeah.
And he said, yo Nick, you need to come check
Come
out
and
the
see this,
rail.
yeah.
You need to come check out the rail. And we're here looking at the rail right now, and I'm telling you people.
And the cladding, all the body cladding is over there. It's all been made over the glass plate. I did all of that here over there.
Trust
this
me, I
over-
really appreciate you having
Yep.
taking time out to showing us the toys and giving us an update, because 2024 looks good
Yeah, it does.
for your cam.
It does.
Looks so
And
good
big
for
up to
Rich.
Kenty, doing a
Yes.
fantastic job. Can't say nothing weak about that. Strong.
Yeah,
And,
trust me, cut him some slack. To put on these events not easy.
I've been there,
Trust me.
done that. Your brothers and I have been there doing it, and I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, it's a lot of work. And kudos to him and his team because they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah. Trust me. Funny enough, I just remember that we had put on Never Satisfied in
2008.
Yeah. That was
2008,
massive,
yeah, that's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was huge.
I asked you where the passion came from,
Yeah.
but I realized you do a lot of work on the cars too.
Yeah.
Where the knowledge for the cars come from?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody get bright, YouTube. If you don't understand something, as simple as the trailer that we're working on there right now.
Oh yeah, by the way, Skunkers,
So this is the
you
trailer.
want- come show us the
Come on, go
trailer.
ahead.
'Cause I know you want to show the trailer. Yeah, well, you said no. This is the trailer, Skunkers.
All right, so
What's going on?
yeah, so this trailer came in as a basket case. I bought it reasonable again in the States, but sometimes reasonable is not good.
So pretty much what you're
Right.
trying to say, you bought it and thought it was gonna be what it was supposed to be.
So this is like the rotten steel. So
So this came from this.
yes, many dollars later, and more. I mean, this is just some that's left back. We
Yeah.
changed out all the steel in it, underneath it.
Yeah.
The floorboards. I mean, these are 1-inch thick floorboards. We replaced it with all marine ply.
Nice.
And big up to Zim.
Yes,
right?
you're talking about Zim
Right,
right
he's
now.
been working with me on this and making it work. Guy can work. Anyways, yeah, so we're finishing it. You're not seeing it complete. So interior is going to be on white panels, and the Camaro, and whatever else we want to put into it to go to the events, and just have a promotional area.
Yeah, can we go up in it?
Yeah,
Right there?
Yeah, man, go walk in, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
these are the
can
ramps
ride
after the
and
boat back. So we had a new carpets, and these are some of the stuff, solar stuff that we're putting in
Yeah.
to make
Oh,
it.
you put it in solar to
Yeah.
charge
Yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that
Small
stuff.
stuff, not really. Just to self-contain it. We have a generator as well. It's going to run fans and lights, external lights and stuff that we're going to do for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is going to be the new transport. So the car's protected when we're traveling like to the country and
Yeah.
overnight.
And if you're doing any promotion, or if you're doing
Sure.
anything like that, you know?
Sure. Yeah, so that's all part of the game. I think there's only one other trailer similar to this that goes to the truck, which is Williams. But yeah, it makes sense
Yeah.
to protect your investment. You can keep your tools, you know,
Yeah.
and your spare parts safe. And yeah, but this is going to be, we're going to debut it with this for the first race meet as well. So the Camaro will probably come out with this, and then the Dragster has its own trailer.
Dean, trust me, shake off my hand.
You know.
I really appreciate you taking out time to just, sharing your knowledge, sharing your whole journey with the skunkers, because I mean, you're very inspirational, and trust me when I tell you, anytime I build a car, I'll definitely have to call you for some advice, because
Anytime.
you have it locked.
Yeah, man.
And we're looking forward to seeing you for 2024, because you're always a head turner when you come on to the track, especially when the white car come on take off. So.
Well, big up to Skunk Nation, definitely, first and foremost. Dieter Wilson, Designer-Rama, Zim, fabricator, extraordinary welder. These are guys that are basically instrumental in helping me. Clifford Taylor, everybody know him working on Duppy Truck.
Yeah.
These are guys that are around me and kind of giving me inspiration to keep going, because as I said, it's just by yourself, it's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a good team and everybody has the same goals in mind, it's a lot of fun, And for all the young people, just get involved. Just come and watch, get involved, come over and chat, love to chat.
Yes.
Even if you don't know, you don't know. Come and learn something.
Yeah, but I realize that next thing, when I see you at the track, you're always talking to people, you're always educating them.
There's
so.
no such thing as a stupid question. Just understand that. It's a
Yeah.
question that you don't know and you're going to learn from it. Hopefully I can give you the answer, but if I can't, we can figure it out. Yeah.
Well, big up
Yeah, man.
yourself. Really appreciate this.
Cool.
So, you don't know. And you promised me a pull in the car when we go to the track.
First time out.
So you know how that go already.
Well, you have to take a drive in the Dragster first, which will be in April. So you come and drive that.
Alright.
All right.
Big up, Dean.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.